Okay, we have this part right here. This goes in like this. The old valve body is over to the right, over here. There's the old valve body. We're going to get the valve body from Reman Valve Bodies. And put it in. See? Now, there used to be a time when you didn't have to worry about rebuilding valve bodies because the valve bodies were made out of cast iron. They didn't wear. Cast iron doesn't wear. That's why they're used in cast iron stoves and pots and stuff. Now, if it had a lot of metal in there, fine metal would stick to valves, but it wouldn't wear. Well, with these new type of engineering, as they like to use that fancy word, they engineer it where it works a certain way and to destroy something else, so it have a side effect. Now they got some seals in here, but I don't know if those seals are, I don't know if these seals are new or not. So you got to understand, sometimes valve body rebuilding places, they reuse certain things, and these could be new, but I'm not going to use them. I'm going to get the ones out of Trans-Tech and put them in case they aren't. All right, take this off. Sometimes you have to check the bolts. I've found some bolts to be loose or some not even in some of the rebuilders' valve bodies. Why? Because they also have people working for them, and some of the people working for them, because they're a person or people, they can miss something. Alright, so here you go here. That's tight, 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 and tight. Now, you want to get the other valve body, put it beside it to make sure the same amount of bolts are in here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I have the same amount of bolts in here that I have in the old valve body. Okay, the next step is you're going to put the computer on. Okay, now the computer is here on this old valve body. Okay, but we ain't gonna use this computer because I bought a brand new one. What you do have to do, see, they leave some certain things out. You have to take your manual valve out because you're going to have to use that. So you got to take that out and put it in theirs. So this is going to be switched over this way. They don't have their manual valve in there. You end up bolting it in thinking that it is, and it's not. They do that a lot on rebuilt valve bodies. So there you got it. Put it in. Now we got to get the brand new computer. Now once this is put in, it's going to have to be flashed. So good. Here's the new computer. Now, I don't always replace the computer on these. It depends on what went bad. If this has a lot of miles, then I will replace the computer, because you have a solenoid in here and you got to replace the whole thing in order to fix that. Okay, so this is the new one. It's going to go like this. So you're going to have to take the bolts out of the old computer and transfer them over into here.
Does this have to be programmed?
Yes, sir. It is just a speed sensor. This goes in. The camera turned off, battery ran dead, so I don't know at what point you didn't see, but what I did say is that with the new computer you have to take the bolts out of the old computer and put them in its place, and you also had to take the manual valve out of the old valve body and put it here into the the rebuilt valve body, because a lot of times they leave that out. Again, make sure you check the bolts and everything and make sure that is okay. Okay. And then I put the sensor in. I don't know if you saw that, so I'm going over that. I put the sensor in here and bolted it here and bolted it here. Okay, make sure you have these seals. This valve body is going to sit down this way, and when you let this valve body sit down, make sure this manual valve, there's a little protrusion here on the shaft. Make sure it falls during the slot down there. See if I can get a close-up. Right here is the protrusion right there, and this gonna need to, the slot on this gonna have to sit down on top. Okay, so let's put this down. Okay, now comes the range sensor. Now this part of the range sensor is going to fit down in this part of the slot, like that. And then you connect this to the computer, flip that over. All right. You don't want to forget this part here, which is going to push in the back there. I'll flip it over to show you. But you want to change these rings so it won't leak. These O-rings here, so let me get them from the kit. I believe these are the ones here. I'll match them up. Take this off. Yep, these are the ones. have a ring here and 2 O-rings in the back. Now, the reason I want to put this in without putting the bolts in and fasten it down, because once the bolts fasten it down, this won't wiggle, and you may need, as you're sticking this in, to get this to wiggle a bit. This has a part on the inside, if you can see that, right in here, and you have to line that up with the part of the computer and push it in. So you want to lubricate this real good. You got these funny shaped bolts with the heads, remember that? So you might can put one in so it don't fall down. Don't want that to fall out. Okay. Let me tighten that up just a bit. Now in here you will see a slot. Okay, remember this slot in here, this slot in here, you have to match it up.
There it goes. There it goes, Billy. Hold it in right there.
Now as you push this in, and you have to take this and push this down. So it's going to lock it inside. If this is in right, it will go in. If it's not, it won't. So push this down. There it is. Went further, and then it went in. I didn't have it all the way, so it didn't go in. I'll push this down, then push this lock in so this can't come out. Okay, now you're sticking these funny Torx head bolts in here. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. We already put in 6. And don't forget this part right here. Goes like this. And the bolt, don't drop it down there. If you drop it in there, you may have to be taking this whole transmission apart. Probably best to stuff a rag there. Okay, it's this part right here. Now, this pan has lots of metal in it, as you can see. So they provide you with a magnet. I guess you could throw this away in the kit so you can put the magnet in, put on the new gasket, and then you're finished. Okay, you got the filter here. So put this filter in here. All right, folks, I got to put the gasket on, the valve body gasket. That comes in, no, excuse me, that's not the valve body gasket, that's the pan gasket. And it comes in the Transtech kit. And also I'm going to put the pan on after that. But the reason I have to do this voiceover because we got music playing in the background and the robot logarithm can't decipher when people are using it in their videos or when people are just playing music in the background. Um, it's dumb that way. And also the humans that created those algorithms, they don't seem to want to fix that or even acknowledge that um, no one is really playing music in the video. So you got to take it out, do a voiceover on this. But it's all. The only thing we're doing is just putting the um, pan gasket on and putting the pan bolts in.
we're wrapping this up.
All right, that's the end of this.
Done with the jack, Billy?